Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's me again here at Mutia Evans, and today I want us to do a very brief video to try and see what exactly is in the Wajinga Nyinyi video that has made or has left everyone talking. And truly, for once, I've seen a song that has touched so many people, especially the people in power, the most powerful, the who is who in this country. So let's get into the lyrics and see what exactly is there that got people thinking. And my name is Mutia Evans. In case you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And I promise you're going to get some good information from this channel. Okay, so subscribe, like this video if you like it, and share. Let's first begin. Why do I think this video got people really mad? And first, it's the silence. Most of the politicians are silent about this song. They have heard it a couple of times, some many times, but they're not talking about it. And we all know silence is one of the best way to communicate. It means they have been touched and they don't want to say much. They just remain silent. Secondly, in the song, one of the person who is one of the people who have been mentioned is Governor Anne Waiguru. But I'm told in law it's different. Just because King Kaka didn't put all the names, Honorable Anne Waiguru, Governor Anne Waiguru, he just said Waiguru, and it can be any Waiguru. But Waiguru is mentioned with NYS scandal, and 3 days ago, Waiguru did come out and said she would sue the singer King Kaka if he didn't bring down the video in, was it 24, 48 hours? And he's not the only one. We also had other people who threatened him. In Kenya, most of the threatening happens off the camera, where people get some really firm handshakes and they come to tell us about it later. And so much more. Phone calls, one-on-ones that don't get out to the people. So there is a lot of that, and I know he has received a lot of that. But he has also been to the DCI headquarters, Director of Criminal Investigations, and he has been summoned. So that tells you that this song has touched the who is who in this country. And so let's talk about the lyrics that really got people mad. And the video is awesome, by the way. 6 minutes of pure truth. The few people who tell you what it is, sometimes it takes time to happen, but eventually they do. Yeah, this is what this video and song is about, telling you the truth about what is happening. So let's talk about it. First, the song or the video, the song starts by mentioning 2022 already, si mnajua nani ni prezi. Here he means 2022, which is the year Kenyans are going to vote again for another president and other leaders. We already know who the president will be. Why? Because this country is all about politics, man. We eat and drink politics. We wake up every day to watch TV and to see politics. That's how bad it is. And so, because of that, we know it's predetermined. And by now, we already know who the president is. I agree with King Kaka. It's true. In one way or the other, we already know who the president is. I'm not mentioning names, so that's the first. Second line. Si mnajua nyinyi ni voters ndio washenzi. Si mnajua nyinyi voters ndio washenzi. Okay. This washenzi name came from our very own president. Yes. And okay, he was referring to something different, or a different group of people, but Kenyans took it as if it was an insult towards them, especially Kenyans on social media, Twitter. And so King Kaka picked the same, and here he mentions that ni sisi wapiga kura, who are voters, that are washenzi. So you can imagine, those are words that came from a very powerful man in this country. And so you expect this song to have those mixed reactions. That was the second. The third, so nashanga akili zenu time ya kura zinajaa shonde. That means during the voting process, when people have to go and vote, line up in the morning as early as 3 a.m. so they can vote for their preferred candidates. At that point, do we really think as Kenyans, or are our minds filled with shit? And I think, again, I agree with him. During the voting process, no one thinks. All we do is vote for our own, because we come from the same village, we come from the same area, we come from the same tribe, without caring what these people are capable of doing. And I use that word very selectively. Capable. Not who is richer than who, not who has been in politics longer than who, but who is capable of leading this country. You all forget about that during the election period. And King Kaka outlines that. Number 4 says, piga tu kura na utalala bila kula, a night of tears. Okay, in English, it translates to go vote, but you'll sleep on an empty stomach. Piga tu kura na utalala bila kula. And that happens, let me tell you, most of the voters are the people who can't afford 3 meals in a day. Maybe 80% or 60% of the people who vote in this country, they skip meals. That's how bad it is. It goes ahead and says, fununu ni ati system education ni ya udu. Is it true that's why umepeleka mtoi wako akasome majuu, while graduates wanashika placards kwa traffic? Mtu wa actuarial science anataka kujimada. It's so tragic. Again, telling us the truth. In this country, so many, it said out of every 2 people, 1 is unemployed. Yes. And King Kaka is reminding us of this. And what happens to the most powerful, the powerful people? Their kids don't study here. Okay, those who do, most of them use the other education systems from the US, the UK, and most of their kids studying abroad. So his question is, so they also agree, the politicians agree, that our education system ni audu. Our education system is not fit. So they send their kids out there to study and then come back or stay there anyway. So what kind of leadership is that? You're leading people with systems that you don't trust in. I believe that's King Kaka's message. That you hear talking about education, but you can't let your kids go through the same system that you're advising others to go through. He goes ahead and says, ati Waiguru ako kwa office, na sura yenu yes tulisha sahau. Bairo moja alibuy 8K, 1 bairo. Bairo tunanunuanga mbao. You see the difference between 20 shillings and 8,000 shillings? Well, there was this huge NOS scandal, and according to the reports, biros, which are pens, writing pens, were bought at 8,000 Kenya shillings each. Well, normally on the streets we buy them at 20 shillings. Same products, different prices. And it doesn't end there. He goes ahead and says, either sisi ndio wajinga ama kuna marking scheme yake. Time will tell. Vijana wana bet na kifo. Wanadai betting imewapea job kuwaliko. okay, there's this issue of betting in this country, in Kenya, and it has been there for a few years, and we've had so many young people getting involved with betting every day, doing it as a career. Or it may not be profitable, but at least it's keeping them busy. And those people who believe that betting is doing a better job than the government that promised a lot of jobs but never came into fruition. So that's King Kaka's message. It goes ahead and says, City Stadium imekuwa renovation for 3 years, budget ziwatosha, while Sonko na dance tu kwa ofe. City Stadium is one of the major stadiums in Kenya, football stadium in Kenya, and it has been into renovation for the past 3 years. 3 good years, and you wonder what people do there, and still it's not ready. I mean, how do we talk about that? How? Where do we even start? And we share all the feelings that, or we share what King Kaka feels as Kenyans, as young people. He goes ahead and asks a question. How do you sleep at night knowing mkono yako imeua, not close to purity? You may not kill directly, like be involved in taking a life directly. But if you offer a hand in doing so, and it can happen in so many ways. We have so many young people who commit suicide today. Because of what? Number one is depression. Depression is killing a lot of young people. So if our leaders, his point is, if our leaders are just walking around happy, thinking they have done good, while kids are committing suicide, they should not sleep comfortably. Because in one way or the other, they have taken that life. And that should pain them. And that's why he asked them a question. How do you sleep at night knowing mkono yako imeua? And I'm sure every single leader in this country is thinking about that question. Let's move ahead. He continues and says, uko na account offshore zimejaa money, na account ya dota ya Waititu iko na depo ya 100 meter. Waititu is the governor of Kiambu, and he was recently arrested and he has been going through, I hear today, just today, he has been impeached. But as that was going on, his daughter was said to have 100 million shillings in his account. A daughter who probably doesn't work. And so, King Kaka is asking, uko na accounts offshore, most of these powerful people do. Zimejaa pesa, they are full of money. Na account ya dota ya Waititu, iko na depo ya 100 meter. Ukipelekwa kotini ni escort ya police kama 6. You know, when a normal or an ordinary mwananchi is taken to court, they are taken, a bunch of them, by 2 or 3 policemen, a bunch of them, maybe 5, 10. But on one guy, the heavy guys, is taken to court, they have like 6, 10 escorts with 6, 5, 10 cars. And he has a question to that as well. Wacha vae ngozi ya kondoo kwanza ndio tumsifu. Si basi wakam kwa church watoe pesa tulitoa kama tax. Na pastor na kiss ass, ampatie hadi asome kavasi. Na sisi tuko busy wajinga nyinyi, tuna clap. Another very, very touching verse. He's talking about people who take money from the public, who steal public funds, and then they go to church. We welcome them, we give them a verse to read, we pray with them, then they give us the money, we celebrate them, we clap, not knowing they are giving back money they took from You, the taxpayers. Again, that I know that doesn't augur well with most of the leaders, especially who are involved in that, giving in charges and everything. Moving on, wasijifanye hapo wata lost na hata chuma urust. Na hizo ganji amta ziko nazo news flash. Flash urudi kwa dust. Inchi inaongozwa na thieves. Na ukiogopa, jua uwezi kuwa chief. Iba hizo mamita. Scot free. Niibe tu kuku ntalala ndani. Politicians steal millions of money. And they are set scot free. Nothing happens. Okay? You find them with a panel of or with 10, 20 lawyers representing them, and you know what to expect. Again, it's in Kenya. But someone who steals someone's chicken will be jailed for many years. Now compare 1,000 shillings with 1 billion shillings or 700 million. You see? And he also says that wasidhaniwe tazikuwa na hizo pesa. There was another song, a Kikuyu song that was similar, and it was banned from Kenyan Airwaves by our very own Mutua. And it was similar. The guy was saying, I'm not sure of the name. If you know the name of that song, please drop it on the comment section. He was saying, the Mau Mau kids are struggling while most of other people out here are celebrating. And he says their blood will follow these people who are not taking care of them to the grave. And he says their death is awaiting them in India, where most affluent Kenyans run to when they are diagnosed with cancer and other diseases. And that song was also very controversial, similar to this, but we need to hear the truth. Please, whoever does the banning, don't do it. Don't do that to this song. We need to be told the truth. Let's live with the truth. All of us, Kenyans, leaders, we've been told some truths here, and we deserve to hear them and remind ourselves of them. Another question, swali, ni ukweli lazima uretire ndo upate job? So inamaanisha lazima kwanza nipatie job ndio nipate job. And this is because of when Moody got back to work. Okay, he continues and says, the youth ni Moody at 90 and Gikonyo at 80. Manifesto mlisema job ni plenty. So the 80 and 90 year olds are getting jobs, and young people are not getting the jobs. So King Kaka is asking, does it mean I have to get a job, retire, so that I can get a job? So don't nipate a job. You see? Well, we have so many unemployed Kenyans. People who are already retired are getting picked and brought back to different positions in this country. And I know we need the experience, but we don't need experience when young people are dying. We need food for these young people. My battery is almost dying. Let me get another one. Laptop ni multi-billion project. Na walimu ushagua wana lights. Wana charge kwa generator shopping center. It's not right. Of course it's not. A multi-billion project to give laptops to people who don't have access to electricity. People who don't have desks. People who don't afford 3 meals in a day. Are we crazy? Are we, Kenya? I think our priorities are upside down, and we really don't have leaders who understand what is happening in the grassroots, what really happens in those rural areas. What are we really doing as a country? Sazile, tunatuchuja Miguna. Just think of this as a Kenyan. You know of Miguna? You do, right? And for many months, is it months or years now, Miguna has not been in this country. He was deported. Why? Because he was honest to the leaders. Today, Miguna can't step his feet in this country. Well, the person he was, what do we call it? He was trying to swear in is out and about. But I don't know why it was all put to Miguna. And no one has ever explained to us why. To this date, Miguna is in exile. Just like that. What kind of a country are we? Who are we? So it means you and I can wake up one day and you're not Kenyan. Just like that. Evil too. Evil. And someone will tell you it's not right to talk about it. It is. Let's talk. Let's have these conversations while we are still alive. While still young. Otherwise we'll have nothing to tell our kids. We'll have no explanation whatsoever. So let's talk about it. Yes. That Miguna, a Kenyan by birth, is in exile. And no one ever explains. No one talks about it. All we hear talking about is handshake, BBI. We don't care about that. We don't need the BBI. Let me tell you. Kenyans, you don't need the BBI. We don't care who leads this country. We don't care who is the president. What we care about is what gets into our stomachs every day. What do we do on a daily basis? Are we growing? Are we becoming better of ourselves? Are our roads okay? We're here talking about OBBI, sharing power, doing this and that. Well, our roads, major roads, are in pathetic conditions, are impassable. Just think of where you come from and think of the roads the way they look. Well, we pay taxes. Whether we want it, whether we like it or not, we pay taxes. But a basic need as food is an issue in this country. Shelter. Roads, pathetic. Really pathetic. Our priorities are upside down, honestly. As you travel to different places this December, this holiday, or the festive season, just check out. We have so many roads